Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Earlier this afternoon, I made a video making the case for a shorter calendar year. And my inspiration for a shorter year, I actually came up with when I was in 5th grade. What had happened was we had just celebrated a holiday season, and I learned that people make New Year's resolutions. That was my first time hearing about it. My 5th grade teacher wanted to lose some weight. And I really didn't think she was unattractively overweight. Let's put it that way. I didn't, I was 10 years old. I didn't realize that there were health reasons that people would lose weight, right? And I didn't think she needed to lose weight. And I don't think she went into the details of the health concerns. I thought it was a little bit odd. And it at the time, nowadays I know better than to do this, but at the time it kind of annoyed me that she wasn't herself anymore, right? At the lunch table, she had changed what she was eating. I used to sit with my teacher a lot, believe it or not, at the lunch table. I didn't have a whole lot of friends my age at the time. You got to remember, I had I had differences in my life. I was studying 2 grade levels ahead in math, and then there were other subjects I was struggling with, and so it created a lot of friction between my friends and I. And now watching my teacher eat differently kind of, I wouldn't say annoyed me, but created a learning curve. Let's put it that way. And then I talked to the other teachers about their New Year's resolutions. And I had another teacher who said that she had a family member who had recently quit smoking. And that one I actually could understand, because after all, even if I didn't fully appreciate the health impacts of smoking, I know it smells bad, right? And I know it's repulsive, right? Even at 5th grade, I knew that part of it. And so I wished them well. Now, a couple weeks later, it seemed like all of that had dissipated. My 5th grade teacher was back to eating crap again. She was fun to be around again. And I think, I'm not sure about my other teacher whose sister was trying to quit smoking. It's been 30 years. Hopefully she has gotten off smoking. So that's good. But it made me reflect on that. We need to check in on our good habits. At the time I might have made a resolution to get better grades or whatever it was, right? To catch up on the other classes that I was struggling with, right? Instead of just being a mathematician, right? I might have made a resolution like that, but I realized I quickly forgot about that within a couple weeks as well. It made me realize I need to do this more often, not just once a year. And it made me think about that, right? Now, when I was in college, I had a classmate who also made a resolution to lose weight, and he quickly gave up. And he made a lot of excuses about why he wasn't losing as much weight as he had hoped. He claimed that he was having difficulties with social activities as a result of foregoing various foods, and then he claimed he was constipated. He said he hadn't been pooping for several weeks. Now, he was 40, 50 pounds overweight, and during the 2 weeks, not only did he not lose weight, but he gained some weight, and now he's claiming that all that extra weight is poop. And I joked with him, I said, you better not be cremated, because if you're right about just needing to poop and your body's stuffed with 40, 50, 60 pounds of poop, the day you get cremated, you're going to stink up the town. And I joked that I even drew some comics of one day after he passes away, his tombstone will be a toilet, so that at least people can poop and flush their poop all over his body, right? And but it made me realize that he needs to think about his weight a lot more than just once a year. I think he made the same resolution year after year after year after year. Now, he eventually got married, and I think he married a vegan, and he copied some of that lifestyle, or at least he used it to kind of clean up his lifestyle a little bit. So I think he's not doing too badly now. Unfortunately, in the interim, he took up smoking, and then he switched to vaping. He claimed he started smoking to help lose weight, and then he switched to vaping. I think he still vapes nicotine to this day. Not the end of the world, but certainly something that takes up a lot of time and money that he could probably put to better use, right? At the very least. And who knows the health effects of long-term vaping. But it made me think that we need to think about our goals more often than just once a year. Now, I know once a month is also is too frequent. It doesn't really work very well, right? If you want to quit vaping, quit smoking, lose weight, in a month there's just too much variability, right? And also, you could pick a really rotten month to do it, right? And get very discouraged, right? Or you could pick a really good month and then not be able to repeat it on a month with other sorts of trouble, right? Maybe you pick a month where you don't have a whole lot of stress at work, your car doesn't break down, you don't have relationship drama, and you might not know how to quit smoking during those times as well, right? So I knew a month was too short, but a year is too infrequent, right? So it made me think about different periods of time, and then it made me reflect on eventually humans will want to leave the earth, right? So the 365-day year may not make a whole lot of sense, and we need some length of time that doesn't depend on where you live in the universe. And then it occurred to me, what about the only lengths of time that are constant throughout the universe is probably the half-lives of various radioactive elements, right? And it made me think, well, what's the first element on the periodic table that is noticeably radioactive, and that would be polonium. Polonium-210 being the most common of the isotopes. It has a 138-day half-life, and that would be perfect for the year, right? And I tried celebrating polonium years. So this December 12th will be the third one that I celebrate. What I did was I took July 18th, 1898, the day Mary Curie discovered polonium-210, as the beginning of year 0. And this year I celebrate, March 10th this year was New Year's Day 330. And I recorded a video on that day. I think it was late July that I celebrated New Year's Day 331. I recorded a video there, made some resolutions. And this December 12th will be New Year's Day 332, and I'll give it another shot to see how those resolutions go, right? And there's one other thing that I like about having a 138-day year. I also celebrated my 95th polonium birthday earlier this year. It turned out to coincide only a few days off from my Earth birthday, I'm going to be turning 100 soon in terms of polonium years. There is one other benefit I like about this, now that I've celebrated my birthday a few times and a couple of New Year's as well. And the nice thing is that every birthday falls on a different season, every New Year's falls on a different season, every Christmas falls on a different season. Imagine sometimes having a Christmas season in the heat of summer, and my birthday on Earth would be in the spring, and now I get to celebrate it during the winter time as well. And imagine sometimes having a 4th of July in the winter time with snow, and it just brings a lot of colorful, joyous, not to mention we'll have a heck of a lot more July 4ths and Christmases and birthdays and whatnot, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.